Hi everybody, welcome to the Garden Muse. It's a beautiful Saturday today. It's sunny. It's still a little cold outside though, and the air is so dry. So I wanted to show you what I go ahead and I do to combat that dryness that really just kind of makes your skin chapped, that just makes everything uncomfortable. So I was at the Jewel Osco yesterday and I saw these gorgeous guys here. Oh, look at them. I saw a guy buying them for some lucky girl. Oh, aren't they pretty? I love roses. Now, rose is really amazing for your skin. What I like to do is I take them and I go ahead and I know it sounds kind of bad. It's a little Morticia Addams, but I like to remove the petals. Yes, so you could just take the whole thing, take your hand like this, the whole thing, and literally just rip this off from the stem. I'm not going to do this one because this is a nice one. But I went ahead and I did that and I filled my jar. Now you could get any kind of jar. I like mason jars, but you don't need to use those if you have any other kind in your house. And then I go ahead and I add the oil in there. Or I'm sorry, first I add always do your flower petals first. Now you could do this with calendula, so you don't have to just do this with roses, although calendula would be really great for this too. So I use roses and I stuff them in the jar first, and then I take my oils. Now I like to use flaxseed oil. Flaxseed oil is really great for the skin. It's got lots of fats in it. You know, you want to use the really fatty oils. You could also use avocado oil, which is also fantastic. But flaxseed oil will work just as well too, and it's very good for your hair. I also like to add walnut oil. I got some walnut oil that I add, which has other properties as well. I also like to, and then I finish it off with the olive oil. So I usually add just a little bit less of these guys because they're a little bit more expensive. And then you could also add though sunflower seed oil. You could also, there's different oils that you could play around with. So you really don't have to stick to a specific kind of thing when you're doing this, which is really nice. So it's just kind of open to interpretation. I really like California olive oil. I'm kind of, I got this theory, I can't entirely prove this, but I kind of got this theory where I think that anything that's sent in from another place is probably not as good. I don't know why, I just think that, so like, if you're not in the United States and you're near Italy, hey, get the Italian stuff because, you got the fresh, wonderful stuff right there. But then again, it depends on where you're at. So, if you want to get something that's just as close as possible, the less travel, the better, which is great, for the environment. But at the same time, you're also supporting your local growers. Yeah, so I like to do that, and I use California olive oil, and I like to use that as a base. Olive oil is actually good for the skin as well. It's not just for cooking. In all honesty, olive oil probably wouldn't be the best thing for cooking, just unless you're doing something at an extremely low heat, because once it starts smoking or it gets even close to that smoke point, you just kind of ruin the benefits of your olive oil. I really do like to mix it in. I have a balsamic vinegar that I like to mix it, and then I add a teaspoon of honey to that. Yeah, so I add usually about a tablespoon of olive oil to a tablespoon of the balsamic vinegar with a teaspoon of honey added to that, and that acts like an emulsifier, and it actually kind of like mixes it up and allows it to kind of stay together, because oil and vinegar do not mix. But they do when you add a little sugar. So yeah, I add some honey to that, and then I use that on my salads. But back to this here though. So once you fill your jar with your oils, you'll let that sit there. Oh, there's Mima. Hi, kitty. Ooh, pretty kitty. Oh no, she's caught in the light beam. The light beam got kitty. Oh no, she's stuck. She can't move. Yeah, I know that feeling. So once you fill this jar with your oil, you let that sit for about 3 to 4 months, and then you could strain it. I've left it in as long as 6 months, almost like a year. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you're going to notice over time, as the oil infuses into the rose petals, they get kind of globby. So it's probably in your best interest to kind of take those out of there after a certain amount of time and strain it, and then use all this wonderful oil. Oh, you could see it already. Look how red it is. So when I originally put it in the jar last night, I put I just kind of topped it off. Oh, I also add some castor seed oil as well. That's really great for the skin. So, like I said, you could mix it up however way you like, but these are just kind of some of my favorites that I like to add to my oil. And then I keep this in the bathroom, and this is just fantastic oil just to put on your face, say after you wash at night. It's also good for scrapes, cuts, burns. Also, if you have any kind of excoriated skin or any kind of diaper rashes, this is just fantastic. So just wanted to show you guys what you could do to combat that dry skin in the wintertime.